Okay, we are solving inequalities by graphing. So we're trying to graph the solution to these two inequalities right there. Now, the second one is going to be easy for us to graph. And the reason is that it's written in a form we're familiar with, sort of y equals mx plus b. So we can see the slope, we can see the y-intercept. So let's do that one first. For that second one, we have y is less than or equal to negative x minus 2. So the y-intercept is at minus 2. It's not working very well. I need to, whoa, go away. So y-intercept is at minus 2. And the slope is the number multiplied by x. So that's a negative 1 is being multiplied by x. So this has a slope of negative 1. Negative slopes go downwards, and they go down one space every time you go over 1. So that would be a point. This would be a point. And this would be a point. And this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. We're trying to graph that line formed by those points. And because this is an or equal to inequality, that means it's going to be a solid line. So I'm going to do my best to actually draw a solid line through those points and continue onwards. That might not be the straightest or greatest, but it's pretty close. This stylus is not very good. Okay, the first inequality they gave us is going to be a little bit tougher because it says 10x minus 2y is greater than negative 8. So first of all, because it says greater than, but not greater than or equal to, that's not supposed to be there. I just put it in to make a point. Because it's not an or equal to, that means it's not a solid line. So when we do make our line, it's going to be dotted. But in order to graph it, it's going to be a whole lot easier if it's solved for y. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 10x from both sides. If I take away 10x from the left, then I have to take away 10x from the right, minus 10x. All right, so I'm going to have negative 2y greater than, and I'm just going to put what I have on the right side in an order where the x's come first. So I have minus 10x and minus 8. I need to get y by itself, which means I need to divide away the minus 2 from everything. So this leaves me with y. And when I divide by a negative, the inequality sign reverses. And negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5y. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is plus 4. Okay, so this is what I'm going to graph. So the y-intercept is 4 right there. The slope is 5. That means for every space I go over, I move 5 spaces up because it's a positive 5. So I go over 1 and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a point right there. I could also do the reverse. That means that if I go 1 space left, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's this point right here. I could keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down if I went 1 more space over left. So my line has those points on it, but it's not going to be a solid line. So I'm going to make, or attempt to make, a dashed line through those points. Not the straightest with this bad stylus, but there we go. Okay. The one other thing we need is shading. All inequalities, you shade one side of the line. The one that we just graphed was this one, and this is y is less than. That means we're graphing below the line. So we're graphing everything below that line. And this first one was also a less than. Y is less than, so we're graphing what's less than or below our line. That would be everything down here. Everything that's below both of the two lines, that's this area.